take one.
Hey everybody, welcome to Real Talk. The streets is watching, the streets is talking. We got our host here, Russ MC, my man J Mac. One thing we want to say here, man, this is the DMV area. We had a lot of things happening throughout this week with the opening day of baseball, the Final Four. But this is, like I said, this is the DMV, so nothing takes precedence over our Washington Redskins. We have a couple of acquisitions that we have. The only acquisition that everybody is really worried about is my man Deshaun Jackson.
I'm a little leery about it, Coach. I'm going to tell you that straight up. I mean, why would you get rid of a K9? No one gets rid of a K9 unless the ears don't flop down on it.
I didn't know this was a pet show, but we can go.
Again, I mean, this guy is a thoroughbred K9 dog. Why would Philly get rid of him? Why are we taking that? Why are we taking somebody else's junk? We took Albert's junk. We got him. We thought we were getting a moose, and we got a cow. So now we're getting another person that is supposed to be a thoroughbred. Why would you get rid of that? You can't win without your thoroughbreds.
So again, like you said, man, so it must be something going on with this story. A lot more that the Philly organization or the Philly people are really not telling us about this guy. You know, because I'm on board with it. You know, I think it was a great move. I think the difference between the Albert Haynesworth or the other acquisitions that happened is that Deshaun has a track record of being good from day one. You know, Albert, I think that he had issues where he wasn't that good in his contract year. He blew up.
I mean, even if you look at our squad last year, what were we, 3-13?
3 and forever.
3 and forever. We seem to still be together, though. You know, I like that about a squad. Is this guy going to come in and give us all kinds of controversy? He's not going to get the ball. RG3 ain't getting me the ball. He can't read coverages, which we already know about RG3. But
And that's what you know.
You think that's not...
That's part of this. Hey, man, it's a smear campaign.
Yeah.
So same thing that happened with DJ. You know, I think with Deshaun Jackson, I think that he had his ups and downs, and I think he missed some meetings. I think that he did a lot of the things that he wasn't supposed to do. But I think this right here was a real humbling experience for this young man, and I think that he's going to come in and do some really good things for us.
I hope so, because, I mean, it's time for our Skins to start doing some things and making some noise in this NFC East. First, we got to win the East. Like your man Spurrier used to say. Well, it's only 3 teams. All we do is beat them.
You got to beat them.
Yeah.
You got to beat. And the thing, the smear campaign. Now, this guy came down, and we heard a lot of different things, and a lot of different acquisitions came out from the Eagles organization or leaks or from sources saying that this guy was a problem. This guy was an issue. I mean, from only thing I know is that Deshaun is catching 80-yard bombs on the Redskins and walking backwards in the end zone and killing us.
I totally agree with you. His tape alone, just from the Redskins, should have gotten him $12 million a year. Because every time we played him, he went for 75, 80 yards. But we'll see. I think the jury's out. I mean, I don't think we've done enough as a Skins organization. I mean, we just got this guy. We got Ryan Clark, who we know can't even go to Denver because he got medical problems. Any little kid that has that, don't let me say anything about the disease he has. But I mean, as a football player, I just don't think as a football team, I don't think we've done enough.
In actuality, I mean, I agree with you, but I don't, because you got to understand that we have a lot of holes to fill. And when you have a lot of holes to fill like that, you can't fill them all in one off season. I think we had a really, really good off season. To be honest with you, I think probably outside of Denver, I think we probably had the top, off season that we can have, considering the amount of holes we had.
Well, we'll see. I mean, what's the big pundit saying we're going to be, like 10-6?
Well, actually, just from our ESPN people, Brian Dawkins being an ex-Eagle, and a couple of people from ESPN actually had us behind the Eagles. We actually leapfrogged us from actually being the dark horse in the division up to, fighting for the division title.
Well, I'll close with that. Deshaun won't let that happen. He won't let us. We will at least beat the Eagles.
Oh, I think definitely, man. I think that we have to beat the Eagles. And I think that the National Football League is going to make that a point to put out an early season game and also make that a really important game in the schedule. We also have actually an Eagles insider, my man H. So H can kind of weigh in on this, Eagles story a little bit.
Look, anytime Deshaun Jackson hits the free agency market, there should be 31 teams looking for him. Now, from what I got from NovaCare Complex in Philly, Deshaun, and in my eyes, and as an Eagles fan eyes, has always been a number 2 receiver. Now, he's the type of guy that's going to stretch the field, and you're going to have to put a deep cover 2, possibly a cover 3 on the guy. So he's going to open up everything for Pierre Garçon. Now it's up to RG3. He has the weapons. Now he's got to go out there and make it work.
So you saying Deshaun Jackson is the number 2 receiver? Who's the number 1?
Well, in my eyes, it's always been Jeremy Maclin.
So let me ask you this: how many Pro Bowls has Jeremy Maclin been to?
None.
How many times has Jeremy Maclin led the Eagles in receptions, or not so much receptions, but yards or touchdowns?
I would say it has to be one and possibly 2.
I think Jerry Mack is a complimentary receiver at best.
Yeah, I mean,
I think he's no Pierre Garçon.
Look at it like this.
So that's what
I would have been a little upset if the Eagles didn't re-sign Jerry Maclin. But because they let Deshaun Jackson go, number 1, the Eagles have a lot of confidence in Chip Kelly that basically he can pick anybody, and this is a wide receiver heavy draft, that he can find a complement for Deshaun Jackson. The Eagles offense is no chopped liver. Just because they lost Deshaun Jackson doesn't make them inferior. I mean, this is an offense that's very aggressive, and Chip Kelly just like mismatches. But what makes that receiving core go, who's more vital, is Jeremy Maclin. When Jeremy Maclin went down last year, it really hurt the Eagles in a number of ways. So Deshaun Jackson's the type of guy, he'll give you 9 touchdowns, he'll stretch the field, but in certain games, if you cover him with a deep cover 2 shell, he's nowhere to be found.
but so tell me this though: when you're doing that, that means to me, or what I take from that is, teams are game planning for Deshaun Jackson. So which means is that now they're not game planning now for the Deshaun Jackson. They're not game planning for this guy who's going to take the cover off the defense. Now all of that pressure is going to go to Riley or it's going to go to Maclin. So at first, all of that pressure was going on to Deshaun.
Coach, he said 9 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Other than Garcon, is it Garcon?
Garçon, you know that irritates me.
You don't have anybody that has 9 touchdowns on the team.
Nobody.
The guy from HD Woodson didn't get 9 touchdowns.
Oh, H.D. Woodson, shout out. Home of the Warriors, baby.
Yeah, missing report shout out. That guy, Josh Morgan, is he still missing?
But he was in the league.